All right, guys, welcome to First and Goal. I'm your host, Flavo Rihanna. And look, guys, Giants. Look, as a Giants fan, I don't know if this was a good win or not, but we ended up facing the Commanders this past Sunday, and we got the W, right? Just keep it short and simple. We got the W. It's something that all fans want. You never want to lose when you're a fan or a player, right? But sometimes you really do wonder, especially with the way that the NFL is, right? You never want to be middle of the road, because if you're middle of the road, you know, you're just good enough not to be bad, but you're not good enough to be good. You know what I'm saying? And man, if one team can get in their way, actually two, right? Can get in their way of messing things up, it's the Giants and the Commanders. And man, coming into this game, I'm thinking to myself, all right, wow, the lines are pretty steep. The Giants are like plus 300 or something like that. Looking at the spread, they're giving the Commanders 10.5. I'm like, wow, like really? And idiotic of me enough, I'm like, I'm gonna end up picking. I picked the Commanders to win, but then I also picked the Giants to win by the spread. And yeah, I got my money back, you know, that I ended up putting for the Commanders to win. So that's cool, you know. But man, guys, I don't know if Sam Howell is a good quarterback. I'll tell you that right now. Before I get into Tommy DeVito, all right, I don't know if Sam Howell is a good quarterback, because I've been hearing left and right that this kid is gonna be good. This kid, you know, is putting up good numbers, right? 6 turnovers the Commanders ended up committing. 6 turnovers. I believe he ended up throwing 4 interceptions. That is outrageous, all right? Let me try to get the exact statistics of it. He ended up, Commanders. He had 3 interceptions. Jeez, man. I could have sworn he ended up giving up a fumble, but maybe I'm wrong. 31 completions on 45 pass attempts for 255 yards. That is just not enough, my friends, all right? I get it. And he ended up giving the Giants a lot of wiggle room, all right? Giving them short fields, starting at the 50, starting at in the Commanders, 40. And it's just like, wow, like Tommy DeVito, you know, he was just taking advantage of what he was giving him. Brian Robinson couldn't get going because of the fact that the Commanders were always, you know, playing from behind, and Brian Robinson and the Commanders do really well when they're actually ahead, because then they could actually utilize their offense the way instructed. But wow, I just don't know what to do with this win. Tommy DeVito ended up getting the victory. They ended up winning 31-19, right? The last play from the Commanders, it was a pick six. It was a pick six, and that's not good, because he could have just taken the sack, right? Thrown the football. I mean, keep the football. Instead, he throws the football without even knowing, right, where it's at. I believe it was Banks, if I'm not mistaken, that ended up catching the interception. Hold on, I'll try to get that for you correctly. Isaiah Simmons. He catches the football. He returns it to the house. You got Demaine Holmes, who ended up returning a touchdown as well too in the game. The Giants defense looked pretty good because they were putting pressure on the Commanders, and for whatever reason it is, the Giants always do well against the Commanders. I mean, Darius Slayton had a nice game, 4 receptions for 82 yards. Saquon Barkley had 4 receptions for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. He ran the ball 14 times for 83 yards, so he had a stellar day. Tommy DeVito, 1 rush for 7 yards. He threw for 246 yards on 3 passing touchdowns. I mean, the running game was just outstanding. You know, running game was outstanding. You giving Tommy DeVito short field. Wan'Dale Robinson had a nice game. Daniel Bellinger had a nice game. You know, the only thing I can just wish is that Jalen Hyatt got, you know, a little more action, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, the Giants ended up getting the victory, but the problem that I have is this: if you're a Giants fan, do you feel like that was worthy enough to get a victory? Because of the fact that The Bears lost. All right. The Arizona Cardinals lost. All right. That pushes you into 3. And I understand that Tommy DeVito may not be the future for the Giants, or maybe he could be. Who knows? But are you willing to take a chance, right? Knowing that this is a loaded draft class coming up. You got Bo Nix, you got Caleb Williams, you got a whole bunch of other quarterbacks that are coming up that are highly rated prospects, right? And maybe they could turn into buzz. Maybe they could turn into something good. But the bottom line is that the Giants ended up winning. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a wide receiver that the Giants could be looking into. If they plan on, re-keeping Daniel Jones, me personally, I wouldn't want that as an option for Daniel Jones to return back. But it is a lot of questions that come into play. Was like I said, was this worth the victory? We saw what happened a couple years ago with the Giants. They should have tanked, and if they didn't win, I think that final game they would have gotten Chase Young. Same thing that happened with the Jets a couple years ago. If they would have tanked properly, they would have gotten Trevor Lawrence instead of Zach Wilson, which I'll talk about Zach Wilson in the next video. But wow, nice victory. They're facing the Patriots next. They got an easier schedule coming up. I'm not too keen on the idea of them facing the Patriots. I feel like they could be the Packers. Something about Bill Belichick, knowing how to outcoach like his predecessors. So Giants versus Saints, and then it's Giants at Eagles, Rams come to town, and then Eagles come to town for the final week in week 18. But yeah, guys, man, first thing made me thought is you want to get a better draft pick, and maybe that's not the direction that the Giants are going. Maybe they're just trying to win out and see what they have with Tommy DeVito. But yeah, Tommy DeVito, played pretty well. Sam Howell, I feel like he has really bad in-game IQ, and on to next week when you have the Patriots coming to town. So then, guys, I am Flav Oriana. Guys, let me know in the comment section below, was the win worth it, or will the Giants regret it come the NFL draft? Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.